It has been a crazy last 2 weeks, fellas. WWE 2K24 has sparked up this conversation, and I thought to myself, I know a couple ways that we can fix this mode, and I truly think that it can be one of the most intriguing modes with a lot of longevity and playability, but they're not really hitting it on the head right now. Let's go on ahead and get into this video. Let's get it. In WWE 2K24's My Faction, there's a lot of stuff that's wrong at the moment, and a lot of that wrong stuff has to do with the persona cards, what they're doing with packs. One of the things that I definitely need to see them add and fix for me to really be able to enjoy this mode and spend my faction points in the correct way is for them to up the pack odds. There is no way why to pull an amethyst card it should only be 2%. I think that that's a problem in this game. I think that if people are spending their hard-earned money, whether it's $50, $100, $200, the pack odds should be higher. I don't know if I would go as far as saying, hey, if you're spending money, your pack odds should be higher. I think that they should be higher for everybody, but this is definitely a topic that needs change across all of, the video games, sports video games, the team building modes, all of that. It definitely needs a change, and I think that this pack odds change would definitely be a welcome change in my faction, being that, a lot of the persona cards now, or it seems like the persona cards are going to be aiming towards pulling a card out of packs, to be able to acquire the persona card. So that is one thing that definitely needs to be fixed. But just talking about that, you definitely need to let us buy the cards out of the market. I don't understand why that's not a thing, and why we're basically forced to gamble for the card, whether you're spending money or you're spending your hard-earned My Faction points that you've been grinding for since launch. Either way, there's no reason why these cards should not be available for us to purchase if we don't want to go on ahead and spend money on packs. Either that or bring an auction house. I know an auction house is way tougher to bring into this game, simply because you open up a path for third-party market coin sellers to go on ahead and sell their coins, or you just open up a can of worms that the company may not want to open up at this point, based on a lot of the past games that we've seen do this. 2K has a My Team mode that I played for a couple years, and that mode definitely took off the auction house. A lot of third market selling. You also had people giving people other coins. 2K may not want to go through that anymore or do that anymore, but man, an auction house would do wonders, because sometimes I pull cards that I don't want, and unfortunately I have to keep them because that's just what it is. If there was an auction house, it'd be much more manageable, and I bet you that people would not be spending as much money, because you can actually do something with the cards that are in your binder. So there's a lot of ways that you can go on ahead and fix this mode, and that is definitely one of them. You got to give us access to get those cards on the marketplace, because it's looking tough, man, if we have to continue spending money to gamble to go on ahead and get those cards or acquire those persona cards. One thing I definitely want to see fixed in this game is not having to have certain cards required for live events. I think that right there messes a little bit with everything. There's no reason why I need a certain sapphire card or a certain emerald card. Just let me choose. Do you have an emerald? All right, go and use that emerald and use it for the live event. I believe this wasn't a thing before. It turned out to be something this year, and it's one of the most annoying things. For Cody Rhodes, we had to go on ahead and do a bunch of stuff, get Undertaker for the Dusty Rhodes card, and then you had to get Dusty Rhodes for the Cody card. It was just a bunch of stuff, and I don't appreciate that as a player, having to go through and get these cards. Not to mention, these cards are super expensive. I mean, you'll see cards up there for 50k My Faction points, which that's a lot of My Faction points, and they're making it actively harder to get those My Faction points in the game. So there's just certain things and certain points that you definitely want to see fixed in this game. So that's just one of them right there. I hope that 2K does work something out, just a middle ground for the audience and the game, where it just doesn't mean that we have to have every certain card. It can just be one certain type of tier, and I think that would be better for the game itself. One thing that has really been bugging me as somebody who has spent real money on this game, and that is the jobber cards being in packs. Why do I have a Jive or Jave Owens whatever his first name is, in packs, somebody that I don't know, they are a jobber, fictional character, and you're selling them for money. I think that that is a real problem that's not being spoke about enough, and I think that that needs to go. I heard somebody tell me that the reason why they do it is because the collections, you know, can use some more jobbers, more cards, because obviously the roster for WWE isn't humongous. Then make the collector cards a little bit less to get. Don't give us these jobber cards and put them in packs and then sell them for money, because then you're opening packs thinking you're about to pull a set card and then you pull a bronze jobber that doesn't even exist. So I think that that is an actual real problem in this game that's not being addressed, and I think that that's one of the real problems just when it comes to packs. If you're spending money on packs and you're spending $100 on VC, you should want to be able to pull a real superstar, not a fictional superstar. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves with the My Faction mode. As soon as I saw those jobber cards in packs, every single pack, I'm like, this is a problem. I know some people like the movesets, all that. It's still not being talked about enough. That needs to go. And talking about packs, I think that each, you know, set or just collection that comes out, when the pack comes out, it should include a guaranteed set card no matter what. Even if you pull a sapphire, it should be included. There's no reason why people are spending $100, $200 and pulling bronze cards in their packs. There should be some sort of just middle ground. If you buy the deluxe packs, anything like that, add the set card in there. Like any pack that you open from a set, there should always be a set card, even if it means that the odds may be a little bit lower if you open one of the basic packs, but there should always be some sort of card in there that you can pull that belongs to the set. There's no reason why you should be spending your coins, your money on cards that are not even in the set. So that's just things like that that you definitely want to see fixed when it comes to this game, and I'm hoping that we get that fixed soon. There's just things with the packs that is more messed up than anything. Pack odds, packs, what's in the packs, how it works, that stuff needs to be fixed immediately, in my opinion. I think servers are a huge priority. They should be fixed extremely soon. And I'm talking about next year soon. I know that people cling on to the idea that the fact that they're on last gen has anything to do with the servers, which is very possible with having two teams on both sides. But I think that servers need to be desperately fixed when it comes to this game. 2K25, I'm hoping that we see that as a welcome change, because I feel like My Faction could go so much further if the online servers actually worked. I think that the fact that they don't work, it makes it harder for me to play My Faction online, because everything is always slightly delayed. Don't get me wrong, it's fun, but it's always slightly delayed. You got to be like 3 steps ahead when playing online, and that's just something you got to just prepare yourself for. And lastly, guys, the VC prices. This is the general price for VC across 2K, NBA 2K. These prices need to change, in my opinion. I think the fact that these prices are so high, especially for My Faction, when you can't do anything with the card after you pull it unless you pull a dupe, they need to be changed. These prices should not be this expensive. There's no reason why a sapphire card should be 35, 40,000 VC. That's 10 bucks. That is 10 bucks you're spending. Sometimes you could be spending $15 on a sapphire card. There's no reason why those VC prices should be this expensive, and I think that it would be a welcomed addition or upgrade to the mode that would guide people to play the game or the mode again. I think this mode could be one of the most important and fun modes in WWE 2K games, but unfortunately everything that they do lately has been coming off as money hungry, greedy, not being done and executed in the correct way. And I think that it's something that I really want to see done, if done in the correct way, man. I think this is a mode that people can hop on, chill, spend some time. I mean, I do it myself all the time, but I think that it's not grabbing the core audience simply because of the greedy and just money thinking ways that 2K has going on right now. But let me know down below, guys, what you guys think about what I would fix. Let me know what you would fix. I'm gonna catch y'all. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.